Yeah.
I did not hear a Peach. We have the H Master.
Yeah, Hungrybox, certainly one of the favorites to take the tournament. And I think we'll be doing a little bit of commentary over in the Smash Ultimate side of things versus the real Conn Man.
Conn Man.
Wow.
So from what I know, you know, mix between a Puff and a Falco. I think like slightly below that like Florida top Arcadian tier. If you had to classify the Conn Man.
Oh.
Conn
Yeah.
Man. Oh God. Oh my. It's a Pokemon battle, Toph.
This is gonna come down to the EVs and the IVs.
It really is.
Because it's the same character.
That's right.
I used to actually really like this matchup, playing it specifically, because I had a Puff that I was working on for a while, and I think what actually ends up mattering a ton in this matchup is not just your horizontal spacing, of course, which is classic. You know, horizontal spacing is kind of what we think of when we say spacing in fighting games, right? But your vertical spacing, and I think that like setting up in your because you have 5 jumps in the air as a Jigglypuff. And what I used to really look for was like positioning myself slightly above or slightly below my opponent. Slightly above so I could go for a falling bear, like a fast fall bear onto them, or if you're right below them, then you can at least go for double jump bear. But I always find that was slightly weaker because only your first 2 or so jumps in the air are actually any good. The rest of them you don't get that much verticality.
Right, and you have the option to either fast fall it or just stay in the air and use another jump or another jump or another jump.
So as they're going into these kind of bear wars, notice how Hbox vertically positions himself relative to Conn Man. You see how he kind of spends his double jumps to stay a little bit above him? So is the option to come down on him with a bear? Oof.
Right. I'm impressed by Conn Man though right now. Absolutely keeping up.
Keeping up.
A lot of amazing move selections, honestly, versus a player as legendary as Hungrybox.
And this was always funny because you really can't, once you're down in stocks, you really can't go for rest.
No.
Because then the numbers game comes out.
Oh, absolutely. Trading them all the way down is not really a thing that necessarily happens.
Right.
You typically end up at 0 and resting in the middle of the stage or something, but bad trades. Bad trades.
They teach you that in chess.
They do.
You know, they teach you, you don't trade. Oh!
Wow.
I swear I saw the startup frames of Hbox's up smash.
Yeah.
But Conn Man got there first.
Very rare that Hbox gets caught in any of those. He's normally so good with any sort of like drill grab or that sort of situation.
Edge guarding. This must be a rite of passage, you know? Fighting Hbox in the Puff Mirror. It kind of feels like, I don't know. I don't know if as Conn Man here, I mean, maybe, you know, if he's from Florida, maybe they've played before, but, you know, this must feel like, okay, this is my chance to sort of, you know, maybe I don't even win, but I'm distinguishing, I want to distinguish myself here.
You almost feel like maybe this is a matchup that Hbox has not mastered to such a deep degree that I'm going to be blown off the stage.
Yeah, I mean, actually, right, like Hbox, you know, we've seen him have some trouble with like players like Toussaint in the past, but right now, really holding it down.
Dawson took, you know, a couple sets at a smaller event at some point.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, do the gods bleed? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Looks great right now. There it is. Just those drill grabs. He's great at it.
The drill, yeah, honestly, like people talk about Hbox's, you know, like it's like obviously it's Puff's best move, the back air, and people talk about Hbox's bears. Wow, that was amazing. Which was what I was about to highlight. I think Hbox has really, over the years, distinguished himself as a real master of Puff's up air in particular.
Yes.
Where he's extremely good at using it to shark opponents, and against, you know, faster falling opponents, he'll combo it into like a rest. But also the drill usage. And this is actually something I think, you know, for a player like Hbox, people give him some flack of like, oh, you're not really like adapting to the times. You're not picking up new tech or whatever. But something I have seen him do a lot more recently, and something that I think he's like taking even from some of the other Jigglypuffs out there, like Solo Battle, I've heard him talk about, is like some of the new stuff with like the drill rest, or even like drill into itself into rest. And oh my goodness, we might. Yeah. The crowd comes alive, and gentlemen, into a nest. And Hbox going to be rocking that Bumblebee yellow and Conn Man in the blue.
So Hungrybox does have a nest. This was, you know, a half for fun, half very serious counter pick to Armada's Young Link, which was doing a lot of damage against Hungrybox's Jigglypuff for a while.
That's right.
And, you know, Hungrybox was soul searching a bit and decided maybe Ness is the answer. A interesting character with some very, very fascinating, you know, double jump cancel dynamics.
Yeah.
Some funny mechanics involving some of the special moves. Maybe that's the surprise that I need. And so since then, this has been a latent part of his arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know that I've seen much of the Ditto in particular.
I feel like I missed the part of the game where this happens, but I also didn't make it past
Oh.
Magic Hand. Oh!
Wow. Conman gets the first stop.
There we go. That's the danger, right? Of engaging in these soul battles of interesting character versus interesting character, right? Wow, Conn great with the ankle breaking down air.
Doesn't Ness kind of fight himself at Magic Hand? No, I guess
That's what I'm saying. I didn't make it there.
I see.
My NES gave out at that point. But
back throw, that's just going to do it. Ness has always had one of the strongest back throws, or strongest throws in general. Melee not really a game that is like KO throws the way that
maybe
well,
Ultimate
Smash 64 is.
Especially 64.
Almost.
Not enough real estate to make that recovery.
D-Sick made one of those back earlier. It was very impressive.
Wow. Yeah, I saw.
Let's see the edge guard. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing about Ness that's kind of rough is like because of his double jump cancel, he can't really go off stage to edge guard.
Right.
Because when you go for your double jump aerial, a lot of the time, you have to kind of really commit to it. Otherwise, you're not even going to make it back yourself.
And then you really have to solve the equation of how to make that recovery happen. This. Okay, I thought Ness could go out there and use the magnet during the recovery.
You'd like that.
Wow.
Oh, and you can sweet spot into that, but you got to be a real Ness main. And I think those PK Thunder angles, those really tricky ones, those are what separate the real Ness mains from the secondaries, you know? And HBox said, hey, I'm going to test you on this one.
How much do you think Conman has played Ness? Or do you think this was just Hungrybox saying, would you like to play Ness Dives with me?
I bet Conman started this, and he definitely looks pretty ready, right? He's definitely had the lead for most of the set.
That's right.
For most of the game, I should say. But
it's a good grasp on neutral. Oh, that's big problem.
This is huge.
He's got does not get the angle.
Angle is not there. Yeah, that's a low percent.
Hungrybox's aura of fear taking over again.
HBox trying to hit him with that yo-yo on the way in. Ooh, that's some damage. Oh my goodness.
Every time you hear that wing wing.
Yeah. Oh, the Shy Guy
helping out.
It's not going to be, yeah. There's just no projectile there for Conman. Shy Guy took the hit. Oh,
okay, strong back. Okay, so we're seeing the magnet showing up.
Maybe you just back throw then. I don't know.
Yeah. You're right. That might have been a KO throw there.
Just because it's Yoshi's, you know?
Yep. Huh.
Loving the view of our players.
Yeah. Deep into battle.
I gotta say, win or lose, Conman, one of the most, I've been watching him in the player cam, like he is one of the most expressive players in terms of just his physical movements.
And that's hard to beat Hungrybox at that, who just thrives on having the other player next to them.
Yeah. That
back air.
Great DI there from Conman to survive that.
Got a little bit too...
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Good trade.
Great trade for HBox.
Hungrybox advances into winner's top 64. Winner side, excuse me. And a Ness Ditto. You do not see that every day.
A Puff Ditto and a Ness Ditto, both of HBox's characters. And Conman, you know, really trying to, I don't know, fill some big shoes there as the next Floridian Puff Ness main to do.